Hello again, friends. Welcome back to Beavertown Outdoors out here at the beautiful Beavertown compound. I'm John, and hope everybody had a happy new year. I know I did. We took some time off for my wife and I. We went to a big party in Frankenmuth, Michigan at the Bavarian Inn. It was a great time. If you've never been to Frankenmuth, highly encourage it. And if you looking for a great New Year's party, that's one to go to. You go to the big gala event. They have one that's a family version and an adults only version. So, and yeah, you stay at the Bavarian Inn Lodge, and it's a great time. So, no driving, no DUIs, no worries about anything like that. So today I'm still off work today. It's Monday, the 2nd, and I'm gonna take advantage of having a day off. Weather's still decent. It's not as nice as it was a couple days ago. We hit 50 degrees, actually a little higher than 50, so unusual. But today's not too bad. It's in the 30s, not freezing cold. So plan to tackle Mount St. Red Oak, which will be the next video. This one I'm doing some prep stuff. I'll go over. I got a really good Christmas present from my wife. Hi, Debbie. Bless her heart. And I'm also going to modify something. So stay tuned. So while I was at the Paul Bunyan show, one of the things I went there specifically looking for was the Logrite Hookaroon. These are very nice, very popular. They sell out of them there every year. In fact, we were there first thing in the morning, and by the time we got to the Logrite booth, they had 2 left. This is the one I've been using. This is the good old Forester 28-inch. Works great. I need to maybe sharpen the point just a tiny bit. Don't want to do it too much, have it brittle, but it's not quite as sharp as this one, but it will be. But one problem I had with this, because I was limited on choices, the one I ended up getting was the 48-inch, 4-foot-long Hookaroon. So I was hoping to get one a little longer, like a 30, I think it's 36-inch. The Forester, this is 28-inch. And it does all right. I would like it to be just a hair longer. Which actually I may even, because what I'm going to do, and I know some guys will probably say, can't believe as much as these cost, you're going to do this. But it's just a metal pole. And I have equipment, I have the technology, and I'm going to shorten this. Now, the only thing I'm not sure of is if I'll be able to get this foam off, shorten it, and get it back on. I hope so. But if not, I think what I'm going to do is I'll actually come up with my own solution on that. So, but we're going to shorten this up today. And we're going to sharpen this up just a tiny bit. So that's one of the projects. The other one, and I actually already accomplished this, so you guys can't watch me put it on, but my Christmas present from my beautiful wife. Those of you that have watched Tony's Cool Tools, hi Tony, will recognize this bad boy. Firewood Prosizer. And this is the actual swivel version, which comes in really handy because with it being able to swivel, I can aim it down. Because one of the things I didn't like when I first saw this was, basically the height was, it was flat and it was set wherever you did on the handle. Well, I use this saw, especially the 441, not only for firewood, but to fell trees. And to get this low enough to where I could see it before the blade hits without having to just sight it and then change, I'd had to put it way down here at the bottom of the handle. Problem with that is, where I grab it, if you're felling trees, anybody who fells trees knows this is the spot you grab it for when you make your cuts, your front cut, your back cut. And then up here, obviously for if you're doing a top cut or you're doing a felling cut, whatever, there's different ways of doing it, but you end up holding there as well. But didn't want to have to do that. I wanted to be able to sight this in. So what I did was well, with the swivel, there's the light. So now we can take this, and all I did to adjust it was use my my old-fashioned style gauge here, which is marked out different lengths, 18 and 16-inch logs. But now, I don't know if I can do this one-handed. There we go. So, but you see, got it adjusted here, and actually I need to adjust in just a tiny bit. This doesn't show it very well. So let's do this way. There. So, yeah, see, so we can adjust it in. Now I kind of gave it a little extra. It's actually adjusted around 14, which isn't quite right. You know, by the time you're, the only problem with the swivel is when you're out there, you see how it's, because this is out at an angle, the angle you have ends up being changing your angle of, or your width there. And I might do some further adjusting on this. But basically when you're approaching a log, you're like this. So now this is what I'm looking at. So you see, by the time I'm at that angle, I'm right around 16 inches. So that works out good for me. You know, just kind of as long as you're kind of consistent with where you're going, with what angle you approach it at, that gives you your proper spacing. So at least get you pretty close. I mean, you know, I'm not going to split hairs if I'm 16.5 inches, 17 inches, or, you know, down at 15. As long as I'm in the same vicinity every time, I'm happy. So, you know, and I may switch this. I may switch this around so that it's actually sitting on the outside of the saw, just so it doesn't have to be at such a steep angle out. Be a little more consistent. So we may do that as well. But for now, we're going to move on to shortening the log. Okay, so starting off here, we're going to measure this out and mark it. If I can get enough room in here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down. This is currently, and I'll scoot up here so we can see. I don't know if you can see that measurement there. So she's 49 inches from the top. So what I'm going to do is cut it to 36, which puts me right about in line with where this starts. So I'm going to take a Sharpie. And I'm just going to mark right here. So that's where I'm going to cut, because I figure if I want to shorten it more, this works, I can go back and sharpen it some more later. So I'm going to get some gloves on here. Now the first thing, or I guess this will be the second thing, after I've marked the length I want to go for, is I need to get the foam grip off of here. So what I'm hoping, and that gloves might not be able to, might be the trick here. I'm hoping I can peel this off. It looks like we can. But the question is going to be, is if I peel this off, is it going to go back on? Do it because it's so cold. So, alright. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my heat gun and just gently heat this up a little bit. Get it warm because it's pretty cold out here today. So I'll be back. Okay, so I've got the Logrite in the vise. I started taking some of this off. But it's stubborn as it should be. So what I'm doing is I'm just running the heat gun just to warm this up, and then we're going to try to work this off. I already got a start on it. And I'm not staying in one spot very long because I don't want to melt this and then make it actually stick worse. It's just to get it warmed up because it's cold enough that, see, it'll start to spin. Or actually might just come in and peel this off. Getting there. She's coming. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Almost there. There we go. All right, we got it. There we go. Now we got just the bare pole here. So now we're going to take and shorten it up. Alright, so now we're going to take it over here to my chop saw and we're going to cut it off. No going back. So we got it cut off, but it left a pretty good burr there. So I'm going to go over get the bench grinder set up and we're going to grind this off a bit. There we go. Got the burr off of there. So now we just gotta try to get that foam back on here. Alright, now we're just gonna work this back on. Which may be easier said than done. want to lubricate it, because if I do that, it might come right back off, which would kind of defeat the purpose. So I think we're just going to have to work this onto here. And no, don't spin in there. A little bit at a time. And there we go. Took a little bit of working this on. We got it, and she's snug on there. Let's take it out. I nicked the paint a little bit, but oh well, it's mine. Such is life. But now, shorter, much nicer. So now, we're going to take and pick up a couple of logs there, and let's see how well we do. There. So that's much nicer. I can get a lot better swing with it. Gives me a little extra length from the 28, but not so much that I can't get it to work. So that's pretty awesome, guys. Well, there we go, guys. I'm pretty pleased with those results. I'm going to give it a good workout here in a little bit. I start venturing up Mount St. Red Oak. So, but anyway, worked out. We got the length we wanted. Unfortunately, I paid a little extra for the long one, but like I said, they were in short supply at the Paul Bunyan. And first impression, it's going to be worth it now. Like I said, now I get the right length that I wanted. Still got the little extra length from the 28. That way I can reach. But, yeah. Everything in the world is user modifiable when it comes to being in the bush, right? Guess that's considered somewhat of a bush fix, even though I had to shop. So, anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Stay tuned for the ascension up Mount St. Red Oak. That'll be the next video. So, thanks for stopping by this time. If you like what you saw, hit the like, hit the subscribe. That way you'll know when the next video comes out. And, yeah, I hope to have you as a subscriber. I've got 279 subscribers. Yeah, I'd really love to hit that 1,000 mark, guys. So, if you've been watching my videos and you keep coming back, hey, hit the subscribe button. Do me a solid. Helps me out. Helps me keep going on these. And, if I can get to that, start getting into that partner program, maybe I'll make some investments to make some nicer videos for you. But until then, from all of us here at the Beavertown compound, be good to each other. Take care, stay safe, and I'm out.